So essentially what's going on is we built a product here that helps really any business owner write anything that they need to write in their business. And so it didn't really start out that way. For those of you that are here on this call or watching the recording that have been with us the last year, you've noticed that we've sort of pivoted in another direction, although the underlying depth of the product that we originally built is still there. And it's very valuable, as we'll see here going into the future. But the main reason for getting on today is to show you we have a tool that's going to allow you to write anything that you need to write in your business in a matter of seconds. Okay. Now, the tool has a few different components, and that's what I want to go through with you guys on this call today. So I want to welcome you guys in. Many of you know me from Speed Mobi, the website company. Some of you know me from PromptROI in the last year because that's the software program we're going to talk about today. And regardless, you're the star of this show, right? You own a business. You're a writer. You write blogs. You want to write blogs. You want to write social media posts, right? You want to do creative little explainer videos, right? You want to be out there. You want to do YouTube and podcasts, right? All the stuff we want to do. We want to run ads on Facebook, right? Every one of us that owns a business, involved with a business, writes for a business, works for a business. We all want to do all these things. It's just overwhelming. It's a lot. And you know what? We've discovered something, and you probably may agree with this, that writing is the ultimate bottleneck, right? Being able to write thoughts, crystallize ideas, get the message across, no matter what you want to do in your business. It doesn't matter if you just want to do a simple voicemail script for your 800 number when someone calls in, right? That requires words. And so with the advent of artificial intelligence, so-called artificial intelligence, but let's call it a large language model that essentially is very smart, and you can plug in information, it will give you information back. We have the ability now to put the power of writing in the hands of the ordinary people like you and I, right? I've been studying copywriting for 12 or 15 years. It's still sort of an enigma to me, right? I understand it well. But at the end of the day, having a guide and a help with it has been amazing. So the topic of this presentation is, can you see that? Write anything for your business in seconds. Spend less time writing and more time winning. Okay. And so that's what we're going to do right now. Now, what I want to do, first of all, in the chat, I want you guys to tell me how many of you guys have used ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Bard, any of the large language models. Just give me a yes or a no in the chat so I can get an idea. For those of you that are live, how many have used these tools? Quick yes or no if you could. So this right here is ChatGPT. ChatGPT is essentially, if you play with it, it's a large language model. But here's the big challenge. I'm not going to go deep into it. Just when you go in here at the ChatGPT and you start chatting with ChatGPT, here we go. Nice. I got some. There you go. All right. Kelvy, how you doing? Pete. Okay, Pete hasn't. Ron, thank you, Ron. I know Ron has played around with it a little bit. Yes, use Claude. I was talking with someone today who's a reseller of ours for PromptROI, and he said that Claude 3 Opus is better than ChatGPT at writing copy. That's just the word as I heard it about an hour ago. So take that for what it's worth. I'll be doing some testing. Still trying to figure out how to test that, though. You know what I mean? It's pretty subjective, I guess would be the word for it. Hopefully that's the right word. Subjective. So when you come in here, you're basically, you've got this behind this thing right here is this large language model that they've been working on for years and years. And they finally figured out how to get it to put together something coherent, not only coherent, but really effective. When you go in here and you start typing, hi, I want to, write a sales letter. Right? So it's going to, okay, great. Writing a compelling sales letter involves a few key components. Here's a brief guide on how to structure it. So now it's going to start going through and giving me some ideas of how to structure my sales letter, which is all awesome, right? It's amazing because if you're building prompts, which most of you I know don't want to do, and I'm going to show you right now, you don't have to. You don't have to build a single prompt. Okay. They're all built for you. They're all inside the system. You can use them for free. There's no cost to download or install them. And it's awesome. So, but this right here is going to start telling me about a sales letter, how to write it. And then from here, I'm going to go and say, okay, well, can you help me write a sales letter for my business? And then it's going to say yes. And it's going to start giving me more information. It's going to walk through, and I might spend 20 minutes going through this, which is fine because I'm learning, right? It's a learning tool. But at the end of the day, what we want in our business most of the time is to get a job done. And so this makes getting jobs done a little bit tougher. Now, I'm going to go into an account here this is basically the inside of PromptROI. Okay. And I'm on a very large screen. That's why it looks like this. Typically, it would not look so spread out. It would look more like that, nice and clean. But because I'm on this Apple thing. So right out of the gate, we have AI chat inside here. So if you like Chat GPT and you're like, I like chatting with Chat GPT, that's amazing. And you can do that right inside here, right? So that's one way to get your writing done or to get some research done or to find out information. Now, if I start a chat inside here, over in this right-hand corner, let me just zoom in and go over. You can see we have GPT 3.5 Turbo, 4 Turbo, Claude 3, which are all large language models. Then we have DALL-E 3, which is an image model. Yes, you can just write in, give me an image of this, and it will make it. And then GPT Vision, which will analyze an image and then give you whatever you're looking for based off of that image. Okay. So we're going to talk about those. So we're inside this chat, and essentially we can just come down here at the bottom. Keep trying to wrestle with that thing. And we can just start chatting the same way we did over there. Hi, I want you to help me, whatever it is, right? Hi, can you help me write a sales letter? Right. And then it's going to start chatting. Actually, we have the developers are working on making the text type out cool like that. Now, this is 3.5 turbo. I wouldn't recommend 3.5. I would recommend 4. And so I'm going to say, and I might even just start over fresh in 4. It doesn't really matter, but I'm going to go right to 4 here. So I'm going to go GPT 4 turbo. And then I'm going to say, hi, can you help me write a sales letter? Okay, so you're going to get the same functionality you get with ChatGPT inside of PromptROI, which is great, right? But that's not the most powerful thing we're going to talk about today, by far. Pardon my need for Java constantly throughout the day. It's a sick addiction. So now this is going through, and normally it would be writing on the screen, right? So you'd see it writing, but because we don't have that capability, it's being worked on at the moment. You'll soon enough see it show up where it will start writing. I like the writing because I can read it while it's coming out. So here we go. So now this right here, and this is what happens a lot of times with the AI. It just kind of goes, hey, here's a letter, right? Of course, here's an effective letter, and it gives me a template because I wasn't really clear what I wanted. And that's the first lesson is telling the AI what you want is the biggest, most important thing, but it's not easy to do because every little word affects the AI, right? Every word has subtle meaning to us, might not, have that same meaning into the large language model. It does. So there we go. This is the AI chat. Now, I might say, okay, that's cool. I want to get an image. I'm going to go to DALL-E 3. I'm going to say, can I get an image of a duck floating in a pond? And then if I don't say what I want, is it cartoon? Is it real? It's just going to give me whatever it wants to give me. Right. So that's where, you can go in and start to say, I want this, I want that, and be more specific and get a specific outcome, a type of picture, a type of art piece, right? A Renaissance, or I want pin art or oil painting, or it does all of that stuff, right? Just based on the words that you give it. So here we go. Here's a duck floating in a pond, right? And it's cute, it's pretty. I mean, it's nice, right? But it's really just what I asked for, right? So if I want to be more specific, I can go in here and ask for things that are more specific. Now, let me go to a website. Let's go to HubSpot just for the heck of it. I want to show you GPT Vision. Okay, so if we had so let's say we had an image like this, and I say, and I import that in here, right? So I go new chat, GPT Vision. GPT Vision can look at an image and tell you about the image. So I can upload this image here. Let's go ahead and grab this. And then I can say, please write a section for my website that will fit in this spot on the web page. I own a software that is a AI writing tool, helps people get their writing done fast, right? So now, again, I'm just doing this quick, but you upload an image. You could say, what is this image? You could, I've uploaded some strange stuff like people's sketches online and forums of things, ideas that they have about this design or that thing, and then have the AI tell me about it. It's pretty amazing what it comes back with. So it's analyzing, and then it's going to tell me, okay, since I'm unable to modify the content, I'll create a section of text below that you can use on your web page. That's really good because that's what I wanted. Right. And then here it goes. It gives me that information. And then it gives me rough information that fits the size of what I uploaded there. Right. So that's the chat. Great. That's awesome. Full capability to go in here, play around, test them. All the language models are in there that you need. And you can go and use that. Anybody have any questions on that? Any questions on the AI chat functionality before we move on? So everyone pretty much understands how to chat with AI, and it's not a search engine, it's not a math operator, it doesn't do math very well, right? It's a large language model. Okay. So next, we're going to go into prompts. Okay. So right now, I don't have any prompts installed in my store, marketplace, whatever app. Okay. But if I go to collections, I can come in here and there's hundreds of prompts built into these collections, right? Whether you're looking for images, you're looking for SEO, you want to do social media, you want to build a website, it's all in here. Okay. And we're building more every day. We're actually adding a lot more as we go. Are you able to write a blog content that's unique and not detectable by Coolbot? Yes, absolutely. Kelby, good question. Writing content that is undetectable by AI. So I'm going to show you guys co-pilots today. I built a co-pilot that essentially is trained to write a blog post. And when I take that and put it into undetectable, which is what I usually use, comes back undetectable. So some pretty cool things going on. And if it is detectable on one or more of them, you can actually humanize it a little bit with undetectable.ai. If you guys haven't seen undetectable.ai, check it out. It's really good. Excuse me. But yeah, it's going to be dependent on, and I'm going to show you guys the big three today too. And the big three is really going to be what you use to customize everything to make sure that, you get that exact feel you want for your brand, for your target audience, and even the custom instructions of how you want it to speak, right? To an even deeper level beyond brand and target audience. Okay. So what are these? These were for sale. You're going to see prices here. Don't worry about that. We just literally this morning got the ability to offer these for free. Okay. The reason why there were prices, just to be completely transparent, is because we originally built this for resellers, mostly for resellers, to be able to go out, build a prompt store for business owners and offer the store to them in a white label. They can still do that, but our primary mission is to be the best writing tool on the planet. And that means we have a lot of things coming like Magic Canvas, projects, saved inputs, a lot of things that are going to take what's going on here and just make you a writing machine inside here. Right. And then the piece of pushing everything out to where it needs to go. So we're working on this in a roadmap fashion. Let's see. I just want to make sure we get these. Can you either get a SS of the collection or a list if you already have one? What's an SS of the collections? Oh, Rachel, I'm not that smart. Okay, screenshot. Yeah, I can definitely do that for you. No problem, Rachel. Good to see you. I'm glad you made it. So yeah, it was basically like, you came in as a reseller and then you would pick and choose what you wanted, which you're still going to do because you're not going to want all this stuff clogging up your app, right? The best part about this is you get to come in and download exactly what you want inside your app and categorize it exactly the way you want to categorize it. So you or your team or whoever's in here can utilize these on a daily basis and start leveraging AI without all of the fuss, right? I love it. Thank you. One of the greatest supporters. I appreciate you 100%. Okay. So prompts, how do these work? How do these collections work? Well, essentially these are all constructed. And when I say a prompt, I want to make it clear. I talked to someone today, Alexandros, great guy. He's a reseller. He goes, I'll work on a prompt for a whole day sometimes or more. Right. And I get that. These prompts have all been created by professional prompt engineers. They've all been constructed, carefully created to make sure that the output you get is tight without you having to go through this whole chat process, right? So for instance, if I want to write Facebook ads or stuff for my Facebook group, or I want to create a simple course, right? It's all in here, okay? But what I'm going to do out of the gate to show you how a prompt works is I've already purchased these two a minute ago. Okay. I'm going to click into here and now I'm going to install these. Okay. So let me install this brand voice prompt and basically has a title, has a description. I'm going to go ahead and choose the same for SEO, not important right now. I'm going to choose the models that I want my users or myself to be able to use. In this case, I love GPT-4 Turbo. It's my jam. I can choose the category that I want it to show up in. So right now, the only category we created was website. And then I can put a price in here, just put $1. If you're not selling it, it's fine. You can have the ability at some point, if you build your own prompts and you want to let people in, and do all that, you can. So that's there for you, but that's not the focus. Here you can actually upload a video about your prompt and what it does. You can upload an audio. You can create an audio right from here, which I think is amazing because my voice is terrible. Watch this. This brand voice prompt is amazing. It's going to allow you to write a description of your brand voice and then embed it into your prompts so that the AI writes exactly like your brand voice. There you go. Allow you to write a description of your brand. So you can speak it and then the AI will say it for you, which is kind of cool. Oh, snap. I just got charged. Who's that? It says anonymous. Send me a message. If there's any kind of weirdness, we'll take care of it. That's a new feature. So if there's any weird, strange stuff, you got to let me know right away and we'll rectify it. You guys know that. Okay. Cool. So you can really, what this really does right here, guys, is it allows you to take your prompt. Let's say it's a sales letter prompt or a blog prompt. You can turn the blog prompt page into like a little mini course, right? So if any of you are creators or you have people that you want to educate, it allows you to educate while you let them do the thing, right? So it's not like, hey, I'm going to tell you how to write a blog or how to do this. I'm going to tell you about the basics of it and what's important. And then I'm going to tell you how to use this blog prompt below. Okay. So boom, there we go. Brand voice. We can test it right here. You can see it says testing, right? So we can test our prompt here. Yeah. Oh yeah. They're not all set to 0 yet. They will be by the end of the day. Like I said, this morning, I just got word. So we'll be going through and making all of them 0. If they're not at 0, it's going to say, are you sure you want to buy this for whatever price? So just make sure you don't say yes to that until I get them all at 0, but I will. Okay. I promise that by the end of the day. Okay. So here's your, these are your, what we call variables. What does that mean? It just means tell us the answer to the question. What's the industry that you're in, right? Or what's the audience, right? What's the product description, the desired outcome, the core values of the brand, right? So once we know that, so what we're going to do is I'm going to publish this to my marketplace, right? That way I can then go use it. And you can see all I have to do to use this prompt is just click on it. Brings me right into the prompt. And now I can run the prompt. Okay. Now, the first couple of things you're going to see is the model. I only chose GPT-4 Turbo to be available to my users or myself. That's why you only see that here. If I chose Claude or the other ones, you would see that there. So you can choose whatever ones you want when you install the collections in your own account. Brand voice, here, custom instructions and target audience. These are what we call the big 3. Okay. The big 3 are amazing because what you can do is what we're doing right here is running a brand voice prompt that's going to give us a brand voice that we can use in the software, sort of meta. We're going to put it in our profile and we're going to use it when we run prompts. So when I run future prompts, I can inject the Gold's Gym brand voice or the Bro Talk custom instructions. What's up, bro? What's going on, bro? Right? Maybe that's my audience. I want to bro them to death, right? That's cool. This will bro them up, right? Target audience, let's say they're health enthusiasts, right? So essentially right here, what we've done is we've given you the ability to go in and create as many of these as you want. If you're writing for clients, that's awesome. Go in and create their own so you have theirs. And then when you're writing for them, you can inject that into your writing for them and you can get better output. This should take freelancers and project right to the sky. The freelancer's biggest problem is not getting customers usually. Most of them are like, yeah, I can get customers, but it's doing all the work. I got to do all the work too, right? Carl, you can get a hold of, send a message to Scott at speedmobi.com and he'll take care of you. And I'll pass that along to him as well. Thanks for coming. And sorry about that. Okay. So Hope that makes sense. The big three, right? So you can have as many of these as you want. But the problem is like, how do you create a big three? How do you tell the AI how to talk like your brand? How do you tell it to talk to your audience? You use the prompts I'm showing you right here, right? So this is the first one. This is the brand voice prompt, right? So let's say chosen industry is, let's say health coaching. Target audience is women over 40. I just use that because my buddy, that's his target audience. Product description is an accountability coaching program that helps them get in the best shape of their life forever. Okay. Desired outcome, help women get in the best shape of their life. And then the core values, let's say, whatever you want to put in here: honesty, integrity, always do the right thing. Okay. That's it. So that's a prompt, right? The prompt behind the scenes, you don't see the prompt. The prompt is written. It could be, it could be 1,000 characters, right? The prompt is taking these things right here and it's telling the AI exactly what to do with it, right? Do this, do that, take this, analyze that, then do this, then do that. So the prompts are taking the input. And that's what's so amazing is that every time you run one of these bad boys, you're getting a different output here on the right. Right? Every time you use a different brand voice, different custom instructions, different target audience, or you change anything inside here, you get a different output, right? Different model, different output, right? That's the beautiful thing. So now when I hit generate, it's basically just going to run this for me. And that happened earlier. I'm going to do it again. I don't know why it did that. I got to write that down. It's like a weird little bug I encountered once today. You hit the button to generate and it just sits there. So this is running the prompt for us. Let me see. While this is running, feel free to take a spin on my free trial. See some proprietary custom prompts. Another form of call to action. Let's see. Okay, we got a lot of questions here. I'm gonna catch up. Hopefully, I'm answering them as I'm going. Okay, so this prompt right here. Let's zoom in. This is what it just gave us back, right? So audience understanding. So now it's going to explain to us how to talk to our audience, right? Speak directly to women over 40 to improve their health, offering messages of empowerment, understanding, long-term well-being. It's going to tell us about purpose alignment, tone adaptation. It's the prompt is in the back end. Like I said, you don't see it. It's just, what it does for you. You enter your information and you know what you get for the output. That's all you need to know, like a recipe. You just eat the food, right? So this is your food. And then your content strategy, it gives you some breakdown on that. And so we try to build prompts that really come away with valuable, like this is great information. Now, right here, this is where we paste these instructions into the software so that you can use this brand voice when you're writing for this client, right? So if we go copy, and then we go back here let's go back to the main area. We go to settings and we go to brand voices. So we're going to call this women over 40, and we'll say health. Or, just leave it. Doesn't matter. Whatever you want to name it. And then we're going to paste these instructions in and we're going to hit add. All right. So now we've just added a brand voice. So if I'm writing for this client, we actually do have a client who does this, writing for this client, now I can inject his brand voice into whatever prompt I'm running. If I'm trying to run a blog or I'm trying to write him an article or I'm trying to write him an ad, I can inject that brand voice. Does that make sense? So, so Peter, I hope this is making sense, right? A prompt is basically write a blog post about this and do that. It's basically an instruction for the AI to do something with the information that you put in, right? And so I'm going to show you guys in a minute how you can make your own prompts. And I think then you'll see like, oh, okay. But you don't have to make your own prompts because making your own prompts is like, it's work, right? It's an art kind of in a way. It is not kind of. All right. So women over 40. Perfect. Okay. So now we're going to go back to prompts. So the brand voice prompt is in here, right? For us to create brand voices for any of our clients. If we write for clients, I'm going to go back to collections and I'm just going to install the next one, right? So I'm going to go big three. I'm going to do target audience. Right. So I'm going to install this in my store, my app, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to make, and this one, I'm going to make Claude 3 available just so you can see. And We'll hit next, hit next, next, and publish. Okay, cool. Now I'm going to click on this and I'm going to run the target audience. So now I write to, let's say perfect, women over 40, right? So women over 40, main desire is to get in the best shape of their life. Generate. And there we go. It's doing that. Okay. We'll get rid of that. It's a weird little buggy. I feel like an exterminator this past year. I'm an online exterminator. Yeah, Rachel, by the way, she's a mod in the Facebook group. Very, very helpful. She's all into AI. So you really want to be around people that are into this. Like I said, to her and other people and Alexandros today and everyone else I talked to that's into this, we're a small group, in terms of the ones that are into all the building of it, right? The users of it are growing every day. You just want to come in and get your job done, right? You guys, most of you don't want to have to worry about building prompts and doing all this stuff, right? Okay. So I just ran into an issue here, which I did. This was the issue I ran into earlier. So I think it's due to some changes that need. By the way, in software, if you know anybody, women over 40 want to get in the best shape. It's funny. I always end up writing the desire up here, and then it's really right there. I want to get in the best shape of their life. If you know anybody that builds software, like one change to the software, see this, what's going on here? Please go through. Live demos, huh? Ball through the window. Okay. Hopefully this bad boy will run for us. Come on. Hopefully one of our guys are on here and they can see this. A lot of times they come on and keep an eye on what I'm doing. Yes, coming up with an issue there. I don't know what the heck's going on there. Let me refresh this. We'll get that fixed. Okay. Kelby, I'll have to look at that question in a little bit and we'll get that answer for you. So you understand how to run a prompt, right? That will be working. I promise. That was an issue that just started this morning because I noticed that on one other occasion. Now it's happening again. But that would run. That would give you it. You'd put it in under settings. You go right to audiences, add the audience, right? So you call this audience women over 40, right? You put your instructions in. So the AI knows how to talk to them, and then boom. And then the last one is custom instructions. Now, custom instructions, you don't have to use these, by the way. So you can run prompts all day long without using any of these customizations, but they're there if you need them. Custom instructions would be like nuanced talk. This would be where you'd probably, not probably, this is where you get it to talk like a human. Kelby, I think you asked that question, right? This is where you tell it how does a human write? Right? Or how does AI write that you don't want it to write? What are some words you don't want it to use, right? What are some words you do want it to use? How do you want it to structure the sentences, etc.? Okay. So this is where you put those instructions in. So now you've got all three angles covered, right? You've got your brand voice telling it how to talk in your brand voice. You've got your target audience, who you're talking to, and you've got these instructions that will massage the output to get it to talk human, right? So it's the big three, the 1, 2, 3 punch. Any questions on that? Did you do this or I teach you to be me? Okay. Yes, exactly. You teach it to be you. That's a good way to put it, right? This is how I write. Here's a description of some stuff I wrote before, something short and sweet, but it has the way you write. One of the things too is when I'm writing like a blog post, I like blogs that talk real conversational. That would be where you would put this in if you have a blog job where it has to be conversational writing and hey, I was just thinking, stuff like that's conversational. It will do it. You just got to tell it, right? So by the way, we have 3 prompts that create all these for you. So audience, brand voice, and instructions. You just tell it what you want and it will create that for you. Okay, cool. All right. So everybody understands collections. They're all going to be free by tonight. By the time I go to bed, these will all be free. Plus we're adding more as we go. We have there's literally, I just saw 10 collections in the works right now, which are all awesome that we're going to be adding in here and more and more. Now that's that. Now let's talk about co-pilots, okay? Now to do this, I'm going to go to our website, which we're redoing. So you're going to see some things on here. I don't even care. I just redo the website as I go. I need to get to the airport. We'll connect soon. Okay, Dr. Ron, safe travels. Thank you for coming. Appreciate you. I'd love to connect with you. I was thinking about you the other day, actually. Okay, so this is basically, if we come down here, this is what I want to show you. So here's the way to really explain what these three tools are. Okay. AI chat, you have the ultimate flexibility, interact with artificial intelligence, talk to, have fun, all that stuff. Okay. The prompts give you this really structured, strict path to an outcome. Enter these five variables, hit the button, boom, you got your outcome. Co-pilots are a blend of the two. And that's why they are, this Venn diagram shows it's where they come together, because with a co-pilot, you're getting the strict path, the trained knowledge that's being put into the co-pilot, but you're also getting the ability to chat with that co-pilot. Okay. So right now I want to show you, I know Pete, that's a good point. We're thinking about changing that name just because that's what we called these things as soon as GPT released their assistants. We just called them co-pilots because it made sense. So now we're thinking of another name potentially because of that. I don't know if it's actually an issue because a lot of software is Copilot, GitHub Copilot, Microsoft Copilot. I do like Sidekicks. We're thinking about that one. We actually talked about that the other day. So whatever it is, it's an assistant. It's there to help you. And I want to show you right now how this works. So let's go into, I'm going to log into a different account right now. Let me go over to log out. And let me log into. Now, this is another account I have that I built for our customers. So let's go. I mean, our employees, they're working here. Okay. So these are co-pilots, and we're making this look nicer. This was getting better. It's a work in progress. But essentially what we're going to do is go like this. I'm going to go topic to post. Here's an example of a co-pilot. All right. So I'm going to say, let's start over from the beginning. Okay. See what Okay, so hey, blogger, I'm your personal blogging assistant. So this particular co-pilot has been programmed to do very specific things, to help me write a blog post and to do it in a very specific way. Okay, so again, it's trained to do something specific. Maybe it's trained to write a piece of sponsored content, an advertorial, or an ad on Facebook, or a Google ad, or a social media post on Twitter. All of those things are nuanced. Right. So the challenge is when you're writing that using ChatGPT, you don't want to just say, write this because you're relying on ChatGPT or the large language model. You want to literally know what goes into creating that. Right. The first question we're asking ourselves is what makes something go viral? What makes a tweet get shared? Right. Once we reverse engineer it, then we can craft a prompt that gives us the output of the thing we're looking for. I hope that makes sense. Right. So we reverse engineer our way using the AI to put together a prompt that helps us get the output. So this says, okay, I'm your personal blogging assistant. Please enlighten me on a few things before we begin. What tone of voice should we use in this post? Very nice blogging assistant here, right? Let's go with authoritative yet friendly. Probably sums me up pretty good, right? Hopefully I'm friendly. Thank you for providing the tone. Let's move on to the next question. Who's the target audience? Okay. So you can see this co-pilot, sidekick, assistant, buddy, friend, whatever, is trained to help me go through this because I want to write blogs, but I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just the guy. Right. So who's the target audience reading this post? We're going to say AI consultants or wannabe AI consultants, right? We'll just pick a random group of people. Let's say we're going to write a blog for them. Okay. Great. Understanding the audience will help tailor the content effectively. Next question. What's the call to action or goal of this post? Take a free 14-day trial of PromptROI. So you can see this thing is like already pre-programmed. You don't have to worry about it. You just come in and pick the one you want to use, start using it, get the output and go. Right. And as we go in the next few months, this is going to turn into where instead of just copy text and go use it somewhere, it's going to be push the text to canvas and start writing, make it look pretty, do all those fun things inside here, right? Along with saved inputs, projects. There's a few things coming that are just going to be really cool for the writing part. Now that we're super focused on making this the best writing tool, all those ideas start flying. All right. I know what's wrong with that target audience. Okay, perfect. A clear call to action will help drive engagement and conversion. Now, could you tell me what message or argument should we include? In this case, I'm going to say selling AI consulting without offering a software solution for your client is foolish and will cost you money in the long run. So any one of you can sit here and do this, right? Like, what do you want to write about? I don't know. That sounds like a pretty cool topic, right? Okay, understood. Any keywords that you want to, what should we use for keywords? Just say AI consulting, keep things moving along, but you can tell it to include other keywords for you in the writing. For those of you that SEO, you know that's important. Okay. Got it. The keyword AI consulting will be strategically placed throughout the post to optimize for SEO. How many words should this post be? I don't know. Give me like a 1,500 word post. My AI sidekick. Excellent. A 1,500 word count is ideal. Lastly, do you want image suggestions for this post? Yeah, why not? Hopefully, it doesn't take that as a question. Thank you. That information is helpful. Now, tell me the topic you want to write about. How AI, how providing software to clients can help AI consultants have greater success. And we're just being general and writing fast, garbage in, garbage out. So I always encourage take a few minutes when you're putting this stuff in. You'll get really good stuff out. Um, it's just like anything else. You put the right stuff in, you get it out. Step one, blog. Okay, so now this is where it gets fun. What's the topic angle, right? Because when you're writing a post, you want it to get shared. You want to have an angle, right? Sometimes being polar or polarity is good, right? You kind of ruffle some feathers, get them going a little bit. Like if I said, all you guys out there trying to sell high ticket, you're still going to be broke a year from now, right? If I said that in an ad, that would be really polar, right? That would be really, a polar thing to say, and that would get a lot of attention because people would say, check out this guy, look at this guy. They start sharing it. And then some of those people they shared it with would like what I'm saying. So let's go ahead and pick an angle. Um, Now this is where I'm going to be like, okay, I like those, but I want something with more of a polarity aspect to ruffle some feathers. So you can come back and say, hey, give me a little bit. Yeah, you know that, Michael. That was your suggestion there, sidekick. Michael, by the way, your Facebook is awesome. You post some of the best stuff, brother. Find myself giggling all the time, or even like inspired. Like it's good. It's got a nice mix. If anybody wants to see how to post on social media, check out Michael Stagg. All right. So now, okay, we got our angle. So it's going to give us more angles, right? Now here we go. This is a little bit more like edgy, right? The red flag in AI consulting, not providing software, right? You're a bum, right? If you don't have software, the blunt truth, right? Now we're getting somewhere. See, you're welcome. This is where we can work with this thing, right? This is where it's like the co-pilot intersects with the AI and the prompts because there is a prompt driving this bad boy, but it's just allowing me to work it, right? I don't have to be so. Sometimes I just want to go get something quick, right? Like give me some FAQs for this business. Boom, it's done, right? I don't have to like massage that. But sometimes things that are more detailed, I do. So what do we think here? Yep, the blunt truth. Hey, this will ruffle some feathers, right? And now you could copy and paste it or just say the number. I'm going to say number 7. Okay, number 7. Here we go. What do you guys think? Co-pilot's cool. Sidekicks, assistants, coaches, courses, course creators. No. What's the ad I always see? Are you a coach, course creator, or a consultant? You must see that. Well, because I am. I guess it's why I see the ad. It makes sense. Gotta leave a recording email. Yes, Pete will send the recording over. Thanks for coming. And if you have any questions, send a message to Keith at PromptROI.com. Keith at PromptROI.com, and I will get back to you. Okay, here we go. Blog headline. So now we got our angle. Now it's going to give us a headline, right? That goes with that angle. You could use that other one if you want, but this is more like of a headline. So the blunt truth, are you falling behind an AI consultant by not offering software? Love that one, right? Let's just go with number one. So number one, by the way, I want to let everybody on this call know I am here to like whatever you need. Like I love this stuff, guys. If you guys know me for any length of time, you know when I love something, I do it. Like I do everything I do is because I love it anyway, right? So when you're in that environment, a lot of people I find think that they're bothering me or like it's the other way around. It's weird. It's like you're not. I want to hang out. I told Alex today. I said, dude, I'll hang out with you all day. Um, Part-time working here. Um, Thank you. I appreciate that, Michael. Kelby, what do you mean? Did you get to answer my question? I'm part-time working. Hold on, let's see. Okay. Uh Here we go. Now here's our blog outline, right? And this is infringing here. I'm going to take a picture of this because the only reason why it's doing that is you would never have your computer at this size. This is absolutely ridiculous. If I bring this down, just want to get this down to a normal size so I can see what's going on. Yeah, it's because I'm so, oh yeah, because I'm so like, okay, I'm zoomed in too. That's part of the issue. All right, here we go. Okay. So here's my outline, right? So it literally just gave me this outline for this blog post, right? Perfect. Now it's going to say to me here at the bottom, the outline aims to logically guide readers through an understanding of the necessity for software and AI consultant and provide them a clip. Should we proceed to write the introduction? Right? If I like what they have here, yes. If not, I'll say, I don't like section 5. That should be more of this. I don't like section 2, or I love this, whatever. Right? And we're going to say yes. So down here, we're just going to say yes. Go ahead. Go ahead, my sidekick. Um, Okay. So again, now you might say, well, this is a little bit of time involved. Yeah. I mean, you're writing a blog, right? I mean, I used to write a blog. It takes like time, but how long is this going to take? I don't know, 10 minutes if you're doing it by yourself, 15, 20 at the most. But at the end, this is only one way to write a blog. There's prompts that write blogs too. You might find that this gives you more control over that process where it's like, you're not writing by yourself, where you're just like sitting there looking at a blank piece of paper. How many times have you guys done that? Oh my goodness. This is all coming out of a guy who's had to write a lot. And it's like Sunday, I got to get this thing done by tomorrow. It's like hard to write sometimes. It's just sit down and do it. Okay. Step 4, blog intro. So now it gives me an intro, right? It's like, let's craft an engaging introduction. The blunt truth. Are you falling behind AI consulting? And then here's our intro, right? So it's like in the fast evolving realm of AI. Now, again, there's words in here like, what is that? That's fine. I can always humanize this and touch this up, right? Um, in the fast evolving realm of AI consulting, the rulebook is being rewritten before our very eyes. The days of doling out standalone advice and operational strategy without tangible tools are quickly becoming a relic, a bygone era, right? So it's letting them know right out of the gate, you need it. Okay, good. I like this introduction. Everyone would agree that's pretty good, right? Now it says, now's the time to seize, ready into expanding the outline of detailed paragraphs. Yes. And it's just going to keep going. Okay. So I found, Kelby, that this particular Copilot does it. If you're using a prompt to write a blog, you're going to have your customizations, the big 3. That's going to absolutely be the key because you're going to be letting it know. Humanizing it through undetectable AI obviously will make it humanized. So that's another way to do it. Yeah, there's a lot of ways to do it. This particular Copilot process I found has been really good at not coming back as detected, but it's hit or miss with all of it right now. Even the detectors, some of them, it's like, is this detector legit? And then there's the whole conversation of like, if Google's actually going to make a big deal about this content, it's all about, does it engage the user? I can almost guarantee, this is just I'm going to put myself out there. It doesn't matter if it's AI written, if it's good content and it engages the reader, they stay on the page, they click around, it's going to get, it doesn't matter. Google wants those people to stay. So it's all about Google getting what they want, not what we want. They don't care about us. Okay. They could care less. All right. So now let's take the outline, main points, expand them into detailed initial paragraphs for each section, right? So now we've got these initial paragraphs for each section of our blog post, right? And again, you guys got to remember, I made this Copilot the way I wanted it to be. You can make a Copilot however you want. You have complete ability to make your own Copilots too, if that's your thing, right? So then we go initial, let's see, in-depth exploration, ready to tackle writing the detailed sections. Next. Yes. Go ahead. Okay. So it just keeps moving through. We don't have to keep going. It's going to keep going until it writes my blog and gives me everything I need. And then I can take all that and I can make it look pretty on a page. Throw some images in and put it up. Run it through undetectable. Do that whole thing. Okay. Any questions on Copilots? Now, I want to make a very important distinction for you too. You can upload a PDF file to a Copilot and you can use instead of telling you, let me show you. Less talky, more showy. Let's go. Let's wait till this is done. Did you guys guess that I'm a fidget guy? Fidget desk. Okay. Now's the time to write each section. The rise of software. Okay, we're gonna get out of here. But there you go. It's starting to write that out, right? Is there anything you'd like to add before we write this section? Right? Like you have full control over what is going on here. And that's what makes this whole thing amazing. Let's go over to, let's back out of here. Let's go create a Copilot. So let's go new Copilot. Okay, so what can we do over here, right? Well, we can name the Copilot. So I'm going to go FHA guidelines. Let's say I'm a mortgage person. And then I want you to reference the PDF I upload and give me answers based on the information found inside it. Okay. That's not great instructions. Typically instructions are long. That's just me doing it quickly for you to show you. And I'm going to upload the file. So I'm going to go FHA guidelines. Let's go this Mac FHA guide. There they are. Okay. So you can see the purple boop all the way through. Click save. And let's get rid of the topic statement FHA. You can see the purple line up there. It's saving it. It's a big file. It's like 1,800 pages. Yeah, the insert instructions at the top, I understand that's confusing you. I don't know. I don't even care about that. So that's why I mean, I don't say I don't care about it. I just haven't even ever looked at it really. So I need to stop and go look at that because it doesn't affect me running the Copilot. So I'm going to take a look at that though and try to figure out like what's being confusing. And if you and I can get on a Zoom, Michael, I would love that. Limit the size of the file upload. I haven't seen a limit yet. So, I mean, we can break it probably and then work on, increasing it. But yeah, 1,800 pages is pretty big. Okay, so let's go FHA. So here we go. So now when I click on FHA, by the way, T. Valoy, how are you? Nice to see you. It says TV is the logo. Okay, so here we are. Now I can say, how much money do I need to put down for an FHA loan? Now it's going to go and reference that PDF and then give me the answer that I need, right? Or what's this thing, or what's that, or what's the ruling on this? And again, these are great because you could have people that work for you that need to get answers quickly and they want to reference this PDF. I mean, there's software out there by itself that just does that's all it does. And figuring that out a bit better, Michael. Okay, cool. Yeah, you guys can exchange notes on that. I think it gives you the ability to tell your users what you want them to do in each stage or each section of that Copilot. And again, this has to go and find that answer in the PDF. So it does take a little bit of time to reference that. You can also do code through here. So code retrieval through the Copilot, and the team's working on connection to the internet as well as a couple other things inside here. The information provided from search does not seem to specify for an FHA loan. However, I did come across a section referring to a $100 down payment program to apply. To find general down payment requirement, we need to explore the document further. Typical FHA loans. However, for the price requirements, I need to perform additional. Would you like me to continue? Yeah, I mean, I would say yes, continue, and then have it just go deeper into the document. So that's a document. And that's how it works. You just upload it, and then you can. So you could have like a document all about your company. You could have a sales training document. You could have recruiting. There's so many ways. It's just I can't even think about it. It's just so much, so many possibilities, right? So that's how you create your own Copilot. We're going to have categories here soon. Like all these, I put blog, because these are all going to be in the blog category, right? So if I let's say I write listicles, right? I can come in here and write a quick listicle, right? A listicle blog post, because this is a Copilot trained on writing listicles, right? This writes DIY craft blog posts, right? This writes a sports blog post or a food blog post, right? So that's sort of how these are built, right? Anytime, I'll hop on a call anytime if I don't have anything going on. Except if I'm sleeping and I go to bed early. So that's one thing. If you guys hit me up after like 7:30 at night and you don't get a response, it's not because I'm ignoring you. I'm probably going to sleep. I'm weird. I get up at like 3 a.m., but it's a better time. I get a lot done in the morning. So all of these are, funnel ideas or, high ticket. Oh, this one is unbelievable. If you guys sell high ticket, this thing is unreal. This writes a high ticket script for you to give to your sales guy. And it's good, right? Look at this. Just to show you guys real quick. Hey, the goal is to aim converting AI consultants and trying your software, right? Hi, Keith. This is Keith from so-and-so company. How you doing? I appreciate you taking the time to speak. Before we dive in, I'd love to hear more about what you do at XYZ company. That sounds interesting. Let me see how we can make you work even more impactful, right? And then it goes into literally scripted out. How are you currently handling whatever that is, right? What are some of the major challenges your team is facing? It's getting them to open up, right? And then it walks them right into would you need help with this? You know how that whole high ticket thing goes, right? If anyone's ever bought high ticket, they're just wrapping you up with a pitch. It gets you to tell them what you really are committed to. And then at the end, you feel obligated. So you sign up, which is good. If it's a good program, you should go get them. Don't put it off, right? You're never going to get things done by not taking action. So anyway, that's how that works. Each one of these, they have their own, and again, right now, the collections are available for the prompts. The team is working on having the same exact setup for the co-pilots. It should be done here in the next whatever. In the meantime, you can create your own co-pilots, but all of the ones that we're making are going to be available for you guys to use shortly here. So if you get in there and be like, hey, where are the co-pilots? They're coming. We just didn't have the same setup. If you think about, by the way, co-pilots are going to run exactly like prompts moving forward, where it's going to look exactly the same. It's going to have a video. It's going to have an audio. It's going to have the description. And then below, instead of having variables and output, it's just going to have the chat. So you're going to be chatting below that thing. Okay. So the team's making all of those look exactly the same, because a prompt and a co-pilot are the same thing, right? One is just one run. The other one is I can talk to it a little bit more. Okay. So, yeah, that's that. What else? If you guys have a website, I want to just tell you this website collection is ridiculous, right? Anything you need for your website, you want to redo your hero section, or you want to write FAQs or an about us or anything, funny 404 page, $1 million message, which is how you really wrap people up to get them to know how you help them. It's all in here, and we're adding to it constantly, right? So you get access to everything we add as we go, right? I want everyone to have the access to what they need. All right. Anytime you run a prompt, if you go into the billing section, actually, if I go into, let me just log out of here. And one thing I want to show you guys real quick is, so we built our app.ai works. It's just a PromptROI instance, but all of these prompts in here are all collections. So everything that's inside of this particular instance of PromptROI is all collections, right? So if you're a reseller and you're into building this out, you can really fill up your store with the collections. There's a lot of stuff in here, okay? I don't want to get off the beaten path here, but you can, everything we put in AI Works is a collection. So if you look at AI Works and say, I love that, it's a collection. I'm not putting anything in there that's not a collection. So that way people will know, like, oh, okay, these are all available to us inside here. Okay. All right. So any questions on any of that? Perfect. We're hitting an hour. So I want to let you guys know. Let me log in here real quick. PromptROI. Let me know if you guys have questions. If I wasn't clear on something, let me know, because I really am trying to make my messaging more clear as we go. So Rachel can help you guys with proprietary stuff. She's got some really good prompts. Rachel, did you see that thing I sent you about Ikigai? My buddies at the My First Million podcast was talking about Ikigai. I thought that was awesome. Okay. So inside billing, if you go into billing, these are the 3 plans. Okay. The basic plan's $33 a month. It gives you access to all the models, create prompts, collections, chat, PDFs, co-pilots, create images, image to text, text to speech, speech to text, and the AI toolbox. Okay. Which I'll show you the AI toolbox in a second. The team plan is just, hey, you start out and then you're like, hey, this is awesome. I'm going to hire some people and work with more clients. You can go to the team plan. It's $66 a month, $9 per user that you add in there. Super users are like teammates or employees. You get 1 super user for free. So you get your account and then you get a super user account for free. Maybe someone that works for you can go in and utilize the software as well. And then you can add as many super users as you want if you have a big team of writers. Okay. And then the reseller plan, pretty straightforward. It's everything inside these, except now you have the ability to sell subscriptions. So you can create a subscription that gives a specific group of people access to a specific set of prompts. You can charge them whatever you want per month. Then you can go ahead and charge their users so they can add users. So let's say you sell someone who owns a company, that person can add their own users and you can charge them whatever they want, whatever you want per month. So the whole reseller plan, it has a 2-level to it. That's what we just redid the whole thing for everybody. That's in the reseller plan because Genius MLO went and sold a bunch of people. And then basically their users were like, hey, how do we add our team? And we're like, uh-oh. So went back to the drawing board, got that added in there, and now you can do that. So anybody that gets added as a super user, you pay $9 a month to us, charge whatever you want. In this end over here, you can still add super users here in this plan, right? Because it's still a team plan. But your subscribers are going to be the people that sign up on their own. They're going to sign up for $49 a month, $99 a month, whatever you charge them. And they're going to charge, you're going to get charged, they're going to get charged per user, 29, 39, 59, whatever you charge them. It's up to you. Okay. And you can do that per subscription. Okay. And then it's just $9 for every user that gets added. Right. And that is unlimited. For now, we'll try it and see how it goes with the unlimited. It's been fine so far. So, okay. So that's that. So if you are a business and you want to write and you want to, by the way, when you come in here and sign up for the $33 plan and you start using this to write, start installing collections, let me know if you want certain prompts. If you need certain prompts, we'll build them for you. If you're like, hey, I write this all the time, or I need help with this, we will build the prompt. Now, let me show you something cool. Oh, I almost forgot. Hold on before we go. This is the most amazing thing. Because most of you are like, hey, I kind of want to make my own prompts, but how do I do that? Watch this. Okay. Here's what we call the create prompts collection. Okay. This is the prompt engineer prompt, right? Guys, this is crazy. Watch this. Guys and gals and everybody in between. Website, $1. Boom. Next. Publish. Okay. So this prompt right here, if you want to write a prompt that does anything, right? So let's say, what is the task? Write an Ikigai report for me. That's all I'm going to write. Right? I just want a prompt that helps me write an Ikigai report. Now, it's not going to be as good as Rachel's because she knows what she's doing. Here we go with this weird bug again. She knows what she's doing with Ikigai. I don't. But you could have a simple prompt, write this, do this, write that, and this is going to write the prompt for you. And then you're going to be able to create your own prompts, right? So let me show you that before we go. For those of you that are not interested in making your own prompts, go ahead and sign up. Go to PromptROI.com. Get your free trial for 14 days. Use it out, try it, have fun. If you want to keep it, great. We'd love to have you. We'd love to get your feedback, and I'd love to build some prompts specifically for you. Yeah, see, this is like what's going on. Frustrating. Everything we did today definitely created a couple of bugs, but they'll be fixed. These guys are awesome. They'll be on it by tomorrow. These bugs will be gone. So what this does, this actually writes a prompt for you, right? So try one more time. Cross our fingers. Yeah, it's coming up with this weird blanking error. So this actually will go, and what it does doesn't just write the prompt. It actually tells you about every variable that should be included, other variables, and explains why, and then it gives you the prompt that you can copy and paste into the software. Now, let me show you this real quick here. Let's say it did give us the prompt. I want to show you how do you write a prompt, right? So let's go back. You go to prompts and you go to new prompt. This is where you can create your own prompts, right? So I'm going to do a simple prompt. We'll just call it blog post. Blog post. We can write our just title and description. We can choose the same title and description for SEO purposes. We can choose our models, just like when we're installing a prompt, choose a price. We can give it, and then here we go, right? So write a blog post about, this is where you inject your variable. And it says right here, right? You have to add the variable below, like your variable, right? So see that? So we go blog topic. We just go curly bracket, blog, and you want to write these variables exactly how you want them to show up as variables, right? So blog topic, write a blog post about blog topic, right? And you can continue on, right? Make sure you do this, make sure you do that. You know, now a lot of people will say, well, before you do that, you want to give this AI a role, right? So act as a world-class blogger, right? So if you give it first, give it a role, tell it what to do. Now write a blog post about blank, right? You know, and then whatever else. Let's keep going so we don't waste too much time. So there we go. This prompt can be extremely long, but I'm going to hit next. It's going to give me automatically fill in my variable. I can tell my user what to do, right? So I can say, you know, write the topic of your blog. By the way, we have a prompt that writes all the tooltips for you. You just paste the prompt in, it writes the tooltips. So you don't have to write these. And they write them good, and they write them based on the prompt. It's sick. Okay. Next, anything you want to upload there, good. Okay. Now we're going to go over here. We're going to hit publish. And I just published a prompt. Now, is it a great prompt? No, but it's a prompt, right? And I can come in here and say, grow tomatoes indoors. And it's going to go boom and not run. Yeah. So it's not running, but it's okay. I'm going to fix that immediately. I just wanted to send that over. Okay, cool. So hopefully maybe this will run. So we wrote the topic about our blog, exactly what the prompt was asking for, and it's going to go ahead and run. So you can see on the back end, the prompt can have a lot of nuance, right? If you're writing something that's you're an expert in, your prompt is going to get, yeah, this is just crazy. Hold on, let me take a screenshot of this. Okay. Your prompt is definitely going to is going to be better than somebody who's not an expert in that field, right? So the person that knows a topic is going to be able to write a better prompt. So that's a prompt. That's how prompts work. You can make your own prompts. You can have your own prompts. You can see a collection has this little yellow collection thing here. That tells you that this is a collection. Without it, it tells you that this is your prompt, right? And this is the solo account. So there's not a lot of functionality beyond just the solo running prompts, running copilots, and everything else I showed you guys today. Okay. Does anybody have any questions for me? I can't tell you enough how I appreciate everybody being here. We're so excited. It's been a long 12 months, but we are rejuvenated with where we're at right now. Everything working according to plan, other than this prompt not running here today, which will get fixed. But overall, I mean, amazing job on the dev team's part to get us where we are. And I feel like they're definitely 100% going to get us where we need to go. Let's see. Any questions? Anybody have any questions? If you need anything, reach out to me, Keith at PromptROI.com. I'd be glad to answer any questions that you have. Um, let me do this. For those of you that are thinking about buying, why don't I throw out a little special coupon for you guys? Maybe that would help. Um, just help sweeten the pot for you guys a little bit. So let me go over here. Let me bring this over on this side real quick. And for those of you that might be interested in saving a couple bucks, just hang around for a second. I'll get you guys a coupon. Should have had it ahead of time. I just didn't think about it. Coupons. All right. So we're going to do on the solo plan. We're going to take go ahead and take $10 off forever. So you can save $120 a year for as long as you use this, which you'll probably use it for a long time because I can't live without it now. So 10 off 33, 10 off 33. I'm going to go ahead and create that coupon right now. So if you go to sign up, when you go to sign up and choose that actual plan, it's going to say apply a coupon 10 capital O, capital F 33. That's going to take $10 off that package. If you're looking to buy the team plan or the reseller plan, reach out to me at Keith at PromptROI.com and I'll make a coupon code for you. Okay. So those of you that want to just write with this and get in there and start being able to actually move your business forward because you can write all these things out that you couldn't write before, go in and get access to this. I did put that coupon limited to 50 people. So I think you guys will be good based on the people that are here. But go ahead and grab that while you can. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. It is worth every penny. I feel the same exact way. And we like to give that lifetime discount. Come on in, be an ambassador, share with us what you got going on and what you need from us because we're here to build stuff for you. So anything you ever need to write in your business, we're going to get it done, get it in here. Right. And we have multi ways of getting where you need to go. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I have. I really appreciate everybody. I'm going to end this now at an hour and 10 minutes. But yeah, reach out to me if you need anything. I'm always here. Keith, Keith, at PromptROI.com. Send me an email and we'll be in touch. Okay. So thank you guys for coming. I appreciate you and have a great day.